Hello, this is Devi, and this video is going to be in English. There are two reasons why this video is going to be in English, because I want to discuss a topic that was brought up by my English-speaking friends who basically tried to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of different rule sets and functions, and mainly Safada brought up this topic in Steam. And also I noticed that my videos have been watched by a lot of English speaking guys, and probably I will start recording videos in English once in a while. So in this video, let's discuss 5 million rule set compared to 8 million rule set, and use Egypt function as example, because Safado mentioned that Egypt is completely unplayable under 5 million rule set, unlike probably 8 million rule set. And he mentioned that, for example, elite swords of Egypt are complete garbage. So let's discuss all this. And also he mentioned that number of possible strategies and manifold of armies is very limited with 5 million rule set. So I completely disagree with all those statements. So first statement is number of possible army combinations and manifold of strategies. Let's take a look at Egypt roster. So you can play completely different strategies with Egypt. From elephant rush, like let's say you have elephant, and you spam meteor swords, and you have this nice Leviathan spears, and then you don't. Well, Egypt has problem with in cavalry department, but for elephant rush you don't need great cavalry. You need just cavalry that can tie down enemy units. Citizen cavalry is good enough. So something like that would be perfect, and I cannot even spend all money, so probably I'll take shock cavalry, something like that with a little bit minor adjustments. So this elephant rush is going to work exceptionally well against factions with weak cavalry, like for example Lusitani and probably even Sparta. Probably not against Sparta, but against Lusitani it will work exceptionally well. Other strategy that you can employ is completely different strategy is rush with elite swords. You can spam 4 or maybe even 5 elite swords, and a player who doesn't expect it and expects elephant, for example, will be completely astonished by that, and you will steamroll his army with elite swords, because you have a really nice cheap camel spearman who can be used as a charge bombs, remove mid shield, and then use your Galatian royal guards against enemy swords. By the way, these are my probably favorite elite swords, one of my favorite elite swords. They're really good. It's like best of both worlds of Praetorians and Oathsworn. They have high charge bonus, but not as high as Oathsworn, but they have higher melee attack, so they are close, not close to Praetorians, but they have higher melee attack than Oathsworn, so they do not rely on charge as much. That's why I really love them. They are really easy to use, but at the same time you can use them as a charge units. So you can employ this tactic with elite sword rush. Let's finish this army. What else we can have here? I don't know, something like probably, and I don't know, this guy. This rush will work exceptionally well against unprepared opponent, because as you can see you have 5 elite swords, and factions without access to elite swords like Carthagena has only 2 elite swords. It might be astonished by this amount of elite swords. If the opponent doesn't know how to kite, he is dead. Another strategy is employ another strategy employ spikes, so you can use spikes to protect your elite skirmishers, something like that. And let's say this elite cavalry general, shock cavalry general, and these guys again, royal guards, help you to play pikes because they can protect your flanks really well. Other factions like Greek factions do not have elite swords. They have problem protecting their flanks. Egypt doesn't have this problem. It has problem protecting against cavalry, but against infantry, against barbarian infantry, these guys will stop barbarian Russians on flanks. Then you can help them with this cost-effective Galatian swordman. Let may add these Levathurios on Nubian spearmen, whatever you like more. and some cavalry, whatever cavalry you like. Yeah, something like this will work exceptionally well against barbarian factions again, because you have elite skirmishers that will skirmish, you have good cavalry protection with a shock cavalry, and you have two elite swords. So these are a number of factions, and you can basically combine those actions of those tactics together and use them against your opponents. And opponent really need to keep in mind that you might bring chariot, or you might bring, yeah, you can replace shock cavalry with a chariot in this build, for example, and I don't know, just replace one unit like that. So this will work too. So you have chariot with pikes, and pikes divide the enemy army into two pieces. Then one part is going to be destroyed by the chariot. So all kind of tactics, and these tactics are possible with a low melee limit, because with high melee limits you will have to invest a lot of money into swords, and you won't have enough money for elephants or good cavalry or elite skirmishers. So now let's take a look how it works. Let's use some battles as example. I have several battles with Egypt. Let's see battle where I use elephant. Elephant rush, classic elephant rush against Syracuse. I'm playing against Swordsmith. Sorry, Swordsmith, for casting this battle. I'll cast your victory against me with Chimeria later. But in this battle we will see how Elephant can really destroy really good factions like Syracuse. Syracuse has tools against everything, but it's kinda gamble what they use. So in this case I use Elephant Rush, and Syracuse actually really prepared for this rush. If you look at the army composition, they have 3 Turios spears, they have Turrentine, and they have 3 some knight warriors swords that throw jaws. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 units that throws javelins that I need to neutralize. Plus they have slingers, which might damage my elephant too. Well, they're not gonna damage elephant quick, but if elephant is in berserk and it's been focused fired, it will die under skirmisher fire. So Syracuse are very prepared. But the interesting thing is that this is a kind of counter elephant army. But if I had 4 elite swords, this Syracuse army wouldn't stand a chance, because it would be steamrolled by 4 or 5 elite swords. Because as you can see, there are no elite units, there are no picked hoplites, and the best unit this army has is veteran hoplite. I think 2 of them, yeah, 2 veteran hoplites. All other infantry are thorax hoplites, 3 of them, and 3 some knights, which is not really enough to deal with a 4 or even 5 elite swords. So it's kind of gamble against Elephant, but let's see how Elephant plays against this prepared Syracuse army. What else is in this army? There are 2 Italian cavalry, plus shock cavalry, plus citizen cavalry. So strong cavalry department, and 2 skirmishers, as I mentioned, and infantry already listed earlier. So if I have again a lot of elite swords, there are not enough skirmishers to really kite 4 or 5 elite swords. So elite sword rush would be really effective against such Syracuse army. And let's see how it develops on battlefield. Here Swordsmith decides to use his Turrentine to annoy me on my left flank, but I'm screening away him with Levitorius spears. This is great unit. It's really cheap, but it's great screening unit to screen away enemy cavalry. It also can form square formation so that enemy cav charges or infantry charges are not as effective against it. So it's a really good unit. I like it. I usually spam 5 of them if I have a chance. Some people prefer other spears, but I like them. So here I actually missed charge, but charge wasn't as good. I don't know why. Now I'm trying to catch this Italian cavalry. Italian cavalry is not anti-infantry cavalry, so it's not really good use for Italian cavalry to attack those spearmen. I form square so that these some knights do not kill my spears. Swordsmith doesn't want to save ammunition on his Tarantine cavalry against my elephant, I guess. He wants to use it against my, I know, against my camels, I guess. If I was him, I would keep this Tarantine cavalry somewhere here and save ammunition to counter elephant. Probably. Well, probably he has another plan. Let's see how it works for him. Yeah, he starts killing my cavalry with his Tarantine cavalry. And I decide probably just to chase it, to chase this unit. This is some maneuvering being done by both of us. And he annoys me with a Tarantine cavalry, and I will start annoying him with my Thurios spears. He makes another attempt to charge my Thurios spears. A really bad move, charging this square formation, because he will lose way more cavalry doing this, especially after I sent my light cavalry for support. Yeah, he loses 16 men while pulling out from this blob. But he sends hoplites, not hoplites, some night warriors with the great swords. And here he uses citizen cavalry to charge my front line. I don't know why, what was the reason. I don't have skirmishers to pull through to them. So what was the reason for this charge? Here again, some strange charge with Italian cavalry. He charged like this, so it was not effective. Here he charged my braced Thorax swordman with his shock cavalry. It's not. I want basically to say that I noticed that a lot of players, whenever they see a sword, they charge it with cavalry. But this sword was in 4 rank deep formation, so this charge of shock cavalry killed only 6 soldiers, while this shock cavalry already lost 3, and this is way more expensive unit. And there was no reason to remove charge from my Thorax swords, because they don't have high charge bonus. Now he sends his Thorax hoplites as a support, but I'm pulling out my Thorax swords, and so that they do not get a full charge from hoplites. And here I actually keep chasing his Hippios Lancer, and Lancer already lost 7 men, and it will keep losing. So let's compare. So I lost 7 swords, and he lost 7 expensive lancers doing this maneuver. So it's clearly this engagement was clearly in my advantage. Sorry for pronunciation. So charge didn't work because I pulled out my swords, and now I charge back in. What happens on another flank? Here my camels charge Italian cavalry. But for now I still cannot use my elephant, because you see there is a Thurios spear, there are slingers which are not tied down, there are another 2 Thurios spears, so there are 3 Jav units and 1 skirmisher. And another skirmisher is here, so all those units actually pose a threat to my elephant. I need to get rid of them or tie them down. Here I finally caught Tarantine. I removed it from the battlefield. Now I can take this cavalry back into the main fight. Here I charge unprotected slingers. Another camels are trying to sneak in, but they get intercepted by lancers. Here, in the meantime, Thorax hoplites are going to be charged by Galatian Royal Guards. I didn't mention that I have 2 elite swords in my army, so besides the elephant, I had 2 elite swords which actually pose threat to any enemy infantry. Here he nicely avoids charge, but now actually he lost 20 men by doing so. He forms nice square formation so that these Thurios spears are not killed by Galatian Royal Guards, and he moves in his hoplites. Nice move. My elephant still cannot engage because there is 1 Thurios spear, another Thurios spear, and skirmishers still on the battlefield. These skirmishers are gone. Citizen cavalry kills them, and I move my elephant from this flank to another flank, and I will deal with these hoplites using my elephant. And his Thurios spears are not gonna be quick enough here to really start shooting at my elephant. Here you have cavalry support. They will get rid of these slingers. My elephant starts killing. This is a time for elephant. That's when elephant starts shining. When there is nothing to counter it, it will just completely demolish all hoplites, all swords, but except this sword, because this sword might have javelins. If these javelins hit my elephant goes berserk immediately. So I need to avoid this sword unit. Somehow I need to either avoid or block it, tie it down. And he nicely moves Thurios spears, and he gets first volley of jabs into my elephant. My elephant might go berserk soon because of that. I need to save it. Yeah, I'm trying to pull out. Now I block this Thurios spears from firing with my cavalry. That's the best use of my camels. So they're kinda weak in cav versus cav fight, but they are really good at charging infantry, because despite them being light, it's actually deceiving, because all camels has a higher mass, higher weight than a light cavalry. They have the same weight as a medium cavalry, so they're kind of good at charging enemy infantry. Here my elephant actually went berserk, but it's in right place. There is nothing to fire at him and at them, and they just killing everything in this blob. There are no my troops, so my troops are not affected by elephant being berserk. And here I send camels just in case he wants to pull out these some knights to throw jabs. And oh, these Tudor spears actually very dangerous. He tries to avoid my Galatian guards and starts to fire at my elephants, which actually now not in berserk mode, so I can control them. He forms the square formation, which is right, but I still can tie them down and prevent them from fighting with my royal guards. And my elephant keep killing Greek infantry. So probably there is nothing left from Syracuse infantry at this point. It's all there's like 5 or 6 units that was destroyed by elephant, and another unit is going to be is about to be destroyed. Another Thurios spears is being moved here. But I'm not gonna let these Thurios spears to fire. I escape with my elephant and I charge with my camel spearmen. Again, just to tie them down, and now my elephant can go back and finish off these 2 units of infantry. By this point, battle already decided. I have Galatian Royal Guards, which can kill everything left on the battlefield. Actually, for now, I just keep them in fight with this square formation so that Thurios spears cannot fire at my elephant. That's the only reason they're here. Oh, here he managed to throw a volley at my elephant with Thurios spears, but it's not enough. My elephant is still at full strength. And now I have just 9 camels, but they again force Turios to form a square formation. And now I send elephant to finish those Turios spears off. And I have also this Leve Turios spears myself, but they're non-factor. I guess let's use second speed. And elephant finishes off the rest. Okay, let's take a look what really Syracuse army did. Some knights, 2 units of some knights did really well, and 1 unit of veteran hoplites and thorax swords. This some knights was I don't know what to remove them from battlefield that quick so that they killed only 26. I think Italian cavalry was misused against my infantry. Skirmishers didn't do much. One did something, another was completely eliminated. As for Egypt, as you can see, 3 units won battle for me. 2 royal guards, 300 kills and 200 plus, and elephants almost 500 kills. But of course, elephant would not work without this cavalry support. So we have 4 camels that allowed elephant to work and 3 citizen cavalries. So all those are support units. Thorax swords, as usually, crept bad, but it's expected from them. They just needed to tie down Syracuse units, while my elephant and Galatian guards was doing their job. So this is an example of elephant rush with Egypt, and let's take a look at another battle. Let's see how I uses spikes. He plays against, I don't know, I don't remember who he plays against, but I had this replay. So in this battle, player I from clan SH uses Egypt, and he uses spike build with chariots. Let's take a look at this build. This build includes 3 slingers, 3 pikes. Sword line is Thorax swords, Galatian swords, Galatian royal guards, and 2 Galatian swords. Another Levitorius here, another Levitorius spear here, 2 camels, plus a shock cavalry general and chariot. And this battle is against Massilia. Massilia has Leather Freeman, Thorax Swordman, 4 Massilian Hoplites, Leather Freeman, Tarantine Cavalry, Hippos Lancer, Swords, Swordline, Ex-Warriors, Celtics Ex-Warriors, Celtics Ex-Warriors, another Hippos Lancers, 2 Tarantines here, and 1 Massilian Cavalry in the back. Oh, and plus 2 Celtic Slingers. So let's begin the battle. Battle is kinda long. Massilia is clearly considered to be a stronger faction. But let's see how Egypt can counter it. As for this particular build, I think this build should be able to deal with this Egyptian build unless Chariot plays. So basically, the all hope of Chariot of Egypt is on Chariot. Nicely done by I. Here he screens away all attempts of Tarantine cavalry to get here and start shooting into the back. He's using this Levitorius. Here he sees that he got charged by Massilian cavalry and he loses whole unit of slingers for nothing. So this was a mistake by I. So only 2 slingers left, and now there is a parity in terms of slingers. And 1 slinger is being focused by Celtic slingers. But I guess this Celtic slinger has been focused by 2 Egyptian slingers. I guess there is a parity skirmish wise. So as you can see, this Royal Guards is another power of Egypt. So yeah, actually there are 3 units that can win it for, should win it for Egypt. 2 Royal Guards, as I mentioned before in the beginning of the video, plus Chariot. And I starts pushing with his spikes, pushing the middle of Massilian army. Massilian army forms kinda half circle. There are Tarentines and half circle of infantry around Egyptian army, and keeps pushing, and here there is a mistake. Celtic slingers actually got hit by pikes and they lose a couple of men. Here we see Galatian Royal Guards prepares to attack Thoraxes, and Thoraxes are gonna die quick. Yeah, attack. I think he will attack. Attempt to intercept the charge. I don't know if, yeah, it's actually successful. Charge was intercepted. So this Royal Guard is not gonna do much damage quick, and this Thorax Swordman will block it for very long. Both units activate shield wall. Slingers keep firing at each other, so there is nothing interesting going on here. So very slow development in this fight. Shockaf decides not to charge Lever Freeman. There is attempt to Well, I guess in this case, I don't know who wins this part of the battle. Hard to tell. And this is a thorax sword. Seems like Mycelia wins this part of the battle, so that I need to pull away his Ptolemaic Cav, and this Leva Freeman sneaked in, but they will be neutralized here by camels. Camels deal with this cheap infantry really well, and here we see chariot starts working. It enters this blob, it kills thoraxes, and it kills X-warriors, and Turrentine is here to start shooting at chariot, but the advantage of chariot is its speed. It managed to escape all fire, so no damage was done, and 39 kills on chariot. Plus Massilia loses Lancers here, because Lancers wanted to charge chariot. So nicely done by I. So nice use of chariot here. But here actually, I think Massilia has upper hand. It charged Galatian guards. There is nothing left from Galatian guards actually. Because remember, if you remember, they didn't get their charge. How many kills do they have? 155. It's actually it's not bad, but it's not something to dream about. Actually, here I think a mistake by Massilian player. This part of our army is not used. It's blocked by only 4 units, 5 units of Egypt. But Massilia is doing well here. Another thorax sword of Egypt is about to die. And Chariot is at full strength. But here, 3 against 1. I think this sword should die quick. This Levitorius, there is non-factor against Celtic warriors. They're gonna kill those spears. That's why I pulls away. And another one with chariot. Yeah, big mistake by Macedon player. This army should be here. And attempt. Yeah, there is nothing to counter chariot in this part. Again, he tries to use his Tarentine cavalry to start firing jaws. Volley of jaws. Nothing. No damage. No, one chariot is dead. So some damage was done. But he actually two chariots already gone. But he nicely pushed with Levitorius spears to push away this Tarentine. Very slow developing battle. But I think Massilia still has upper hand, because it got advantage early in the battle by removing Galatian Royal Guard from the battlefield. But there is another Galatian Royal Guard still waiting here. Here Tarentine is gonna get rid of these Egyptian slingers. And now Massilia starts moving its army here. It cannot attack pikes, so it starts moving it to this flank. And this flank actually already won by Massilia. As you can see, no Egyptian troops are here except these thoraxes. And they're gonna be charged by these Celtic warriors, and they're gonna be destroyed. But it's a little bit passive with this part of the army. Massilian player really should start attacking this flank. As we can see, Camel Spearmen attacking to the rear of these Celtic warriors. They immediately lose, start losing, and now both units are routing. Massilian Cav is going to intercept these camels and destroy them. And here I starts pushing with his pikes, But now Massilian player starts attacking finally with all his units. He has actually a lot of infantry here. 3 swords, 1 Massilian hoplite, another Massilian hoplite here. So again, what can save Egypt is this chariot plus Galatian Royal Guard, which hasn't been used yet. Camels are pulling away from Massilian cavalry, and these nice warrior spears are going to support the fight and kill those Massilian cavalry units if they are not saved. But they have been saved. I guess we can activate second speed, because it's really slow developing battle. Nice use of pikes by I. Again, he protects his Galatian guards with pikes. But Massilia still has full unit of Hippios lancers. I think a Massilian player should try really to flank or rear charge. Because frontally, it's not a good idea to attack pikes frontally. And here we have a charge of Galatian guards into Massilian general. Massilian general is dying quick. Yeah, that is a mistake by Massilia, because general got charged by Galatian royal guards. And this Hippios Lancer is still not being used. I'm not sure. I think he wants to save this Lancer here if Chariot moves in, so that Chariot can be charged by Lancer. This Levitorius keeps annoying with their jabs, but now they are going to be killed by Celtics. Nicely done, but now we see Chariot moves in, and Chariot will quickly destroy these Celtics. But there is no ammunition in Tarentine, and Tarentine doesn't have bonus against large targets, so this Chariot will have free ride, and it attacks the rear of the Massilian general and Dex warriors. They immediately rout, and this charge is not good. The Hippios Lancers didn't get good charge, while Ptolemaic cavalry got their charge. So yeah, this is a pivoting point. Basic balance of power shifted towards Egypt. So this chariot run and this charge by Galatian royal guards changed the whole picture of the battle. Not much left on the battlefield for Massilia, while yeah, there is nothing to deal with these Galatian guards, which almost at full strength, 2/3 actually. Well, only this Hippios Lancer, but it desperately tries to kill Chariot, because Chariot already got 300 kills. And this Lancer, yeah, there is not good target selection for, yeah, target selection for this Lancer is not really good by Massilian player. And how many kills this Royal Guard got? So Royal Guard got 200 plus kills, so this is another, so 2 units won this battle for Egypt. It was Chariot and Royal Guard. So as you can see, this is another possible strategy to employ for Egypt, and you can win against a really good faction like Massilia with this. So for now I end this video, and I guess see you later everyone. Bye bye.